spirituality is such a big umbrella term, right? But when it comes to spirituality and work and business, there's so much about again, how your subconscious was programmed around maybe money. So is your wealth consciousness at a space where you're in abundance, or are you coming from a lack mentality, right? And if you're in abundance, well, then how can that relate back to your business? So I think it's really just a mindset shift around coming from lack into abundance, and then shifting that into the business too. Because and you can talk about even quantum timelines. You can talk about a lot of different things and how that goes into business, but I absolutely think that, yeah, spirituality and business have a direct connection, because once you shift your subconscious into a place where you know that you are the creator, and a place that you know that you are you have infinite possibility, and once you know that for a fact, like without a question, then anything can manifest, whether that's business, houses, money, whatever it is that you want to call in. It will come to fruition because it's in your deep belief into your subconscious. I believe everything is a reflection of your subconscious beliefs. And once you're reprogrammed in the subconscious beliefs, then that's going to be what's reflected back into your 3D reality. And that could go into your business as well. So my partner is also a CEO of his own business, and he has seen major shifts once he started meditating on a daily basis, started hitting the frequencies, hitting the timelines of a higher vision for himself, as well as myself. Like, my business only grew because I do these practices every single day. So I'm expanding, and if I'm expanding, my business is expanding. So yeah, I believe it does relate.
Yeah, it's all connected together. And, you've talked a bit about, too, with the work that you do with these other individuals. A lot of it you do because of the benefits it's had on your own life. And I know that you've, taught some classes, master classes on imposter syndrome. So I then have to ask, like, have you found yourself in that imposter syndrome situation as well? And then, how do you push through that? And I don't want you to give away all your tips because, you're giving master classes on this thing. So I know you can't do it in just a few minutes, but yeah, how were you able to push through something like that?
Um, I love that, because imposter syndrome is something that still comes up to me frequently. And I think it's something that you just bring awareness around it. Like, oh, I'm having imposter syndrome right now, right? But because I've had it so many times in the past, I know kind of how to handle it now. And it's almost like witnessing the imposter syndrome as if it's its own entity that's not even a part of you. Like, almost taking the imposter syndrome, the fears, the beliefs, um, yeah, if you're scared of an outcome or procrastination, whatever it is, whatever your imposter syndrome is, noticing it and really almost like taking it out of your mind and seeing it as its own physical entity, and being like, okay, I see you, but I'm not going to let you kind of stop me, right? Because imposter syndrome, it comes to everyone. It comes to every single person. And it's like one of those things where it's like, it's just part of the process. And I believe that if you're facing imposter syndrome, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that you're on the right path. You're on the right path if you're having imposter syndrome, because that means you're stepping into something in a higher alignment for yourself, right? And the imposter syndrome is only coming through because of whatever beliefs that you've had of yourself in the past. So I
That's
think
an
if,
interesting way of looking at it.
yeah.
I love how you kind of frame that as well, in terms of saying, like, looking at the imposter syndrome as its own entity separate of yourself. Because now there's less judgment on yourself. You're not beating yourself up over feeling this way. And also, it makes it a little bit easier to isolate that and pick it up and move it out. You can, yeah, it's kind of take that step back and see it separate of your day to day. And then you can analyze how to move that out of your life, and get more positive energy back in there.
Absolutely. And I know at the end of the day, all of us, every single human on this planet, what we are in our truest form is just pure love, right? And if we can just come back to that vibration of love and gratitude at the end of the day, then we're coming back to our truth. So anything like imposter syndrome, fear, scares, and all of these other lower vibrational thoughts and energies that are coming through, really just coming back to yourself with compassion and being like, oh, imposter syndrome's coming through right now to protect me, maybe, but I love myself through this process anyway, and this is just part of the process to get to this higher timeline, to get to this higher version of myself, and just seeing it back to that, right? Taking it back to love and taking it back to compassion, um, and yeah, seeing imposter syndrome as just part of the process.